I met Sharon Crain at a party given by my dear longtime friend Vera Schwartz. I happened to give them both copies of my book on creativity, which set off a whole happy chain of events in my life.
Janet is, the only personal book that I took to China the last time I was there was Janet's book, which is so inspiring. And I would sit and eat jiaozi at night while I was working on teaching classes and working on a photo exhibition there, and I'd read her words, and they were just really inspirational.
Vera Schwartz is a poet, an author of scholarly books, a professor of Chinese history at Wesleyan University, and director of the Mansfield Freeman Center for East Asian Studies, where Sharon was exhibiting. Sharon Crain, as a photographer, has documented the dramatic transformation of Chinese society over the last 32 years. As a lecturer on American and Chinese relations in China, Sharon reports that the Chinese, proud of their own ancient inventions, want to know what it is about America that has led to so much modern innovation. They are eager to hear how to balance their traditions with creativity. Because of my book on creativity and my experience teaching creativity, Sharon invited me to lecture at her teacher's university in China in October 2009. I am thrilled. It will be my first trip to China. On the first day of April 2009, I hung on every word Sharon offered at her talk at the opening of her photographic exhibit, China, Balancing the Changes.
My real mission of these 32 years is to try to be a small bridge between China and America. Since 2004, I've been particularly interested in educational reform because it's beginning to teach teachers how to teach in a different way. And basically, it's the change from memorizing Mao to literally marking ballots during one of my classes. This was a student in high school, and it used to be you memorized Mao, you memorized the words of your teacher, and you didn't think on your own. You weren't allowed to have your own opinions. Now, in going into the countryside schools in Hanjiping or Anshang or Huxian, I've seen the textbooks that say, here's a story, read it. Now, what's your opinion? Talk it over with your classmates and see what was their ending. This is really revolutionary. It's revolutionary for China. For us, we grew up with having our own opinions and our own ideas. But this is changing. All the textbooks in the last 4 years, every single, from kindergarten through high school, every single textbook has been rewritten to think in a new way. It's really happening. It's not just happening in the key schools, where my university has a key school, very, very top students. It's happening in the countryside. And once you begin to talk to these young people, you can see it's a new way of thinking. One day I came to class and my door was closed. I had no idea where my students were. Well, I went outside, and they're all outside on a hot day. They happen to all seem to have pink on the picture I took, and they're looking at their ballots. This was a vote for a representative from their university to represent the city, and so they're looking. And so I asked them, "Okay, who are you going to vote for?" And the first student said, "I have no idea. I don't know any of them." And another boy said to me, "I'm voting for Liu. He's honest. We need people who are honest." Now, are they voting every place in China? No. Do they have democracy like America? No. But is it coming? Yes. The economic reform has brought about political reform. Deng Xiaoping didn't want it. He didn't talk about it. The communist leaders aren't saying, let's have a big revolution and have political change like they did in the Soviet Union. But it's happening. When I first went to China, you had to have your coupon from your city where you were a resident to get food. That pretty well controlled you. You didn't speak out. You couldn't move to another city. You couldn't change jobs, or you couldn't get your rice. Simple as that. Now people have money in their pocket. If they have a job, they can move to Shanghai. If they don't like that, they can move someplace else. That's revolutionary. That's democratization. I remember in Tiananmen, walking with the students, asking them, what is democracy to you? And one person said, if we could just print the truth in the newspaper. They weren't talking about the necessity of having elections like we do, but print the truth in the newspaper. More and more truth is being printed in the newspaper. It's coming, it's happening. So be alert to this revolution that's happening in a quiet way. It's no longer in Tiananmen. It's in schools such as this in the countryside, built with Chinese and Americans together. It's the first time in this little village they ever had a foreigner. They came to build a school. It's the first time the students had a chance to continue at higher level education in their own town and think about going beyond the crops and working in the fields. And the quote that I have used here, Horen Chanyang, one generation plants the seeds of a tree. The next generation enjoys the shade. That's what's happened with the Chinese, who have planted the seeds, with those such as Vera and those of us who have been involved in China. There is a need to plant those seeds for future generations so that the next generation enjoys the benefits. I feel very strongly right now, fortunately, is a real high for U.S.-China relations. In 32 years of teaching about U.S.-China relations, it's seen ups and downs. Right now, we both need each other. It's not just China needs us. It's not just like the Silk Road where we came in to take the treasures out. They have invested in our treasury. We need them, and they need us. So all of us need to plant the seeds for the future. We can all be planks in the bridges and planters of seeds for the future. Thank you so much for being here.